Today is the 61st anniversary of President Johnson signing Medicare and Medicaid into law. 2nd Congressional District candidate Matt Dunlap marked the occasion with a press conference in Bangor today. The Democrat was joined by a group of supporters, as well as local medical professionals calling for an expansion of the national health care program. Dunlap says he supports universal health care under a Medicare for all model. He spoke against the One Big Beautiful Bill, saying it's leading to Medicaid cuts for Mainers. He claims his opponent, former Governor Paul LePage, supported legislation and the cuts that came with it.
J.D. Vance was in town a couple of months ago talking about Medicaid fraud. And, they're interested in rooting out fraud. Well, they're not interested in rooting out fraud. They're interested in getting rid of Medicaid. So let's not be fooled by the rhetoric that's coming out of the administration. We need to stand. We need to fight for this. We need to make sure that our neighbors are taken care of. And I plan on getting elected to Congress and take that message further to its fullest point, which is really the promise of a better day for our neighbors.
In the LePage campaign response, senior advisor Brent Littlefield says in part, quote, Mainers all know Paul LePage paid off a massive hospital debt as governor, which was threatening health care in Maine. Paul LePage literally saved hospital services and health care for Mainers. Matt Dunlap has done nothing. Matt Dunlap's campaign is failing, so he's resorting to quoting liberal special interest groups and holding attack press conferences to try and stay relevant, unquote. We have more of his statement on our website.